Okay, hello everybody. Sorry, just testing everything. Hopefully the mic is working. I don't feel like turning off the air conditioner, so I'm wearing the headset today. Gong Chiacum. Welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. I was supposed to start doing some live streams this week on here, but I had my sinuses flare up on me, and I'm about 75% healed right now. I'm about 75%. Sounds like the mic is working all right. So it's still got some sinus things going on. Auntie Lynn is doing great. She's downstairs doing her thing and doing some laundry today. So I've been trying to go live on our channel. I was going to start doing it this week, at least once a week. And like I said, just my sinuses just took over. Got my chest all congested and everything like that. So it's been one of those weeks. But that's what gave me the title for this was that here in the Philippines, you don't find the same medicine you do in the United States. So we have where we're at, we're in the province out here. We have three small pharmacies, one inside our gate, two outside down the road. And so we went to three different ones trying to find some sinus medicine that I wanted, which is difficult to do since it's a different the drugs, just a little bit different names and stuff. So, but we found some, and I am not a person that likes taking medicine. I hate taking medicine. I guess probably everybody hates taking it, but I don't like to take it, even when the doctor says take it. But I am also not a person like this. This medicine I'm taking for the sinus, she said take it every 8 hours, and that's not me. I'll take one tablet a day, maybe every 12 hours. The first day, and then it's like, oh, take it in, take. After I took the pill, and then 8 hours later that night, she's like, well, take it again, take it again. So I took it again after I think it was 9 hours, and I couldn't sleep that night. It just had me all inked up, anxiety up, or whatever you want to call it. So now I'm taking it one a day. It's taking a little longer to knock everything out, but I'm able to sleep. I do have high blood pressure, so I don't know if that was a reason for the mixture or not. But I just even when I was back in the States, I'd go see the doctor and he'd give me prescriptions for something, and most time I wouldn't even take it. I always took a leave to cure my pain. Uh, but like I said on this, she said take every 8 hours. I'm not taking it every 8 hours. I'll take it once a day. Most medicine, if it says take every 8 hours or every 6 hours, I'll take it once a day, maybe twice a day. Depends how strong it is. I might try it twice a day, see how strong it is. Um, and some I just don't even take it all. It depends on what it's for. But I had to get something because I was so bound up, and it was running nose and everything too. But still, I was getting so much congestion in my chest, in my nose, in my ears. Just everything was bad. So it was just one of those things. So that's my question to you guys. Do you guys follow what it says on your medicine that you buy? If the medicine says take it every 8 hours, do you take it every 8 hours, or do you not worry about it? Take it when you need it. Or do you have your own way of taking the medicine? Do you follow doctor's orders? I used to, like I said, I walk out the doctor's office with a couple scripts or something, and most of the time I wouldn't even fill them. If I was that bad shape, then I would take it. But I don't trust a lot of medications and stuff. That's just me. I'm not recommending that for anybody. So I am not a doctor. I did not stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. But I appreciate y'all stopping by. Gong, how about if I just call you Gong? Chingum. Appreciate you stopping in and stuff. Um, I know Lynn usually does the live streamings and stuff, but she's been busy. Uh, we've been doing a lot of shorts. She's been doing some TikTok, plus her Lynn's channel, and of course she takes care of the house most of the time for me. So she's been busy. So I've been trying to feel better so I can get going on these live streams. I told her I'd start doing it after the first of the year, so I'm a little late, as always. I'm in the Philippines. You're allowed to be late. But no, so that's my question to you. If you take medication, or do you trust all medications? Do you not worry about it? Or do you? I know I got some friends that go home and Google the medication and decide if they want to take it that way uh, when the doctor gives them a script. Hey, Tom Harris, how are you? So, I mean, is that something that bothers you when you get a prescription from the doctor? Do you worry about the medication they're giving you? Do you look into it? Or do you just take it as they say, or do you take it how many, by the hours? They say take it every 6 hours, you take it, or do you just, uh, yeah, common sense, Tom, common sense. Well, yeah, there are home remedies. You're right about that. No doubt about that. You know, home remedies. But Lynn gave me her home remedy one time, and I don't want to take it no more. She wasn't trying to hurt me or nothing, but that's some nasty tasting stuff that she gave me. And so even her kids are like, don't do it. But yeah, there are home remedies out there. I take what's called in the States, it's a leave. I can't remember what it's called here. I found a sister to it here. I take that for pretty much everything, all my arthritis and everything like that. And it does a decent job. It does, there's a lot of medications for some reason that upsets my system, my stomach, and everything else. So, like I said, when I took these pills, she said take them every 8 hours, and Lynn was right there. So, first day I took the one, and then 9 hours later, Lynn's like, "You gotta take your meds. You gotta take it." Okay, I'll take another one. I took it, and I couldn't sleep all night. So she understands now that why I'm just taking it once a day. Tom says if I get antibiotics, I take two to start, then one a day, depending on the script. Yeah, my ex-wife was that way. That's used to do that. Take two to start, jump starts it, and gets it going, and then one a day and stuff. I apologize, but I'm still all congested up and stuff a little bit, so it's working. It's just because I'm only taking one a day, it's probably taking its time, but it's getting there. And but yeah, that's a lot of people do that, Tom. Take two and to jumpstart it, get it pushed into your system a lot faster, and then you could drop down to one a day, keep it flowing. I've always just taken one and used. Like I said, whatever ailed me, I always took my leave for it. If I needed something more or something, I'd go see the doctor. But they would. Another thing is like they would say, take this 3 times a day for umpteen weeks or umpteen days and stuff. I would take one a day or whatever, and then once I start, if I'm feeling better, I'm not taking it anymore. I don't drink, Tom, so I didn't got to worry about the alcohol. I don't drink alcohol, so That's not something I worry about. There's a lady when I worked at bowling alleys and managed bowling alleys and stuff, and she was messed up, man. She was taking so many medications, and she was drinking hard hard liquor and stuff after she get done bowling or get done with work, and man, it really messed her up. But yeah, I would. That's why I don't like taking medications. It messes you up, and you don't know what you're taking. Now you're finding out about all this stuff from before. So, like, focus on hydration with water, herbal teas, yeah, lemon honey broth. Use steam from showers or humidifiers to loosen mucus, or gargle with salt water. Try honey for soothing. Yeah, we don't have hot water where we live, so uh, hot showers not good. It won't work for us. But yeah, we could do steam and stuff. Lynn's been wanting to put my head under pot pans. I don't know if it's for steam or just to hit me upside my head, but she's been wanting to do that, steam me, and I've been waiting for this medication. I usually give it a week, and then if it's working where I know it's working, getting better every day, I'll take it. If it's not doing anything, it got to a point, then yeah, we can switch over and try to steam. Uh, it's just getting this stuff out. Man. I've always had sinus. Well, I haven't always had sinus problems since my younger days. Probably in my early 30s, I started having it. I had my nose broken in 8 places, and ever since then, even trying to lay down and go to sleep is really difficult because when I lay down, one side of my nose closes because it was broken, and so I can only breathe through one side of my nose. So when I'm going through something like this, it's really hard to sleep because I can't breathe at all, and I keep Lynn awake, so tossing and turning and trying to cough it up. But I've been sleeping through the night the last couple of nights since I've been taking the pills, so I know they're working. Oh yeah, you're right about that. You're absolutely right about that. Doctors can be, yeah. Well, they get paid from these drug companies, big time. Advertise their drugs and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, that's why I don't trust, especially. I use the VA hospital in the States. I can't use it here, but it's real easy because lot of doctors there at the VA hospital where I was at, they came over from college from Michigan University. They go they're becoming doctors or they are doctors, but they go back and forth. So yeah, I mean, and like you said, use common sense. I mean, even a doctor, if he's telling you, here's what's going on, uh, we want to do this, we want to do that. I mean, what was it? My arthritis in my knee or something. It really swelled up real bad one day, and so I went in there, and so they sent me down for X-rays or something. I can't remember where you go into the tube, the big round thing, and so he's like, the guy's putting me in. He's like, "Well, take your shirt off." I said, "Why do I need to take my shirt off? It's in my knee." He said, "Well, they want me to do it, your upper body. They don't want your legs." I said, "Well, what the hell am I doing here then?" Because with the VA, I don't get 100%, so I got to pay 50% of the bill. And so I got into an argument with the doctor when I went back upstairs and told him, he said, because he's like, well, I know what it was. They wanted to look at my lungs because I'm a smoker. And so I did it. And so when I went back up there and he looked over everything, he said, "Oh, no," he said, "your lungs are perfect. There's nothing wrong." Blah, 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 blah. I just ripped into his ass. I said, "I got to pay for this shit." I said, "You're wasting my time. I came in here for my knee, not because of my lungs." I said, "I wasn't having trouble with my lungs." I said, "You put me in that goddamn machine You make me pay this goddamn bill. Blah, 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 blah. We went round and round about it, and they moved me to another doctor after that. Tom says, I won't take statins drug for cholesterol. They gave me bad arm pain, and that is a recognized side effect. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, when they were giving out those shots, I didn't want to do it, but driving over the road, I needed to get shots to keep doing my job because they weren't letting you into places even to pick up freight and stuff or drop it off. So, I got the shots, and that's when I started having trouble with my right arm and stuff. So, yeah, I know that feeling and stuff. Let me give a shout out to a couple people today. First of all, Mama H, the Hapsters, her birthday today, so happy birthday to her today. She turns 21. She can go drink in the bar today. So happy birthday, Mama H. Also, uh, anybody follow J Mike? Go check out his channel, J Mike, MIC. His wife Norma is in the hospital. I don't know. She might be at home. Uh, they found out that she needed a gallbladder operation. She needed a spine operation, and they also found cancer, breast cancer. I think they did this operation on her spine already. So she is she's going through a rough time right now. So keep her in your prayers, uh, and, and J Mike and stuff. You know how that is. It's all connected. And one last person that we have as friends anyway that we know of. My little sister there, over there in the States, Faye and Ed's channel's talking with Ed, but Faye's going through a rough time right now, also medically wise. So keep her in your prayers. It's a rough time for them right now too. So keep them in your prayers. I saw a short video the other day that brought back memories of during the time when we couldn't work or we couldn't go anywhere. Uh, they said they said they said they gave us those shots for free because it was going to save our life. Well, why don't they give us cancer treatments for free? Why don't they give us kidney treatments for free? And so forth and so forth. If it's going to save our life, why do we have to pay for those? We didn't have to pay for those shots. You have to think about that. Tom says there is good evidence that the job has unlived many around the world. They want admit it. They won't admit it. Yeah. Well, we can go on and on about that, right? But I'm just a little peon that has no control over anything, and they make all the money and they get to decide whatever they want to do. But we have to decide. We have to have better choices for ourselves. Yeah, like you said, common sense is the big part, right? My common sense said not to get him at the time, but I needed to continue to work because I had 4 work vans, and all 3 of my other vans. I was driving one, the 3 other vans I had. My drivers all went home because they were scared to go out there. So I had to continue to work, and the only way to do that was I had to get the shots so I could pick up and deliver places, which is another scam or whatever you want to call it. So, but yeah, when it comes to we all know doctors and stuff like that, but when it comes to medication, when you buy your own medication over the counter, we call it in the States over the counter drugs. It's something that you don't have to have a prescription for. Is it something that you follow what it says on the box? Or do you figure it out as you go along? Okay, this is working one day, once a day, or it works a little bit once a day, so you pump it up, or do you just follow the box? Because everybody has their own preferences, and you got home remedies, right? Philippines, they're big on home remedies here. I don't know about. I'm not a doctor. Like I said, I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, so I don't know nothing about doctoring. But Lynn has some home remedies. They taste really, really, really bad. But it's funny when she starts getting sick. It's like, oh, yeah, what is it? What's a contraption she makes? Ginger. She called it the ginger drink, ginger and something, and it just. So when she got sick last time, I went and bought her some cough medicine. And she drank a little bit, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's terrible." It's really not as bad as your stuff. And she wanted to go back to drinking her stuff, but then her son tried the cough medicine. He said it's better than what mom makes. So he said he'd rather drink the medicine from the drugstore. But yeah, I mean, home remedies are home remedies. I don't, not too many medications out there that taste good unless you're taking a pill and you don't have to worry about it, right? But when you got to drink it, sometimes they can be pretty bad. But yeah, so I think a lot of it's just my opinion, but it just seems like to me the way the world has gone in that direction. Uh, Doctors, even dentists, I think, get paid so much from the companies, the drug companies, that they just push too much stuff out there, man. You know, they have no feelings sometimes or something. All they care about is how much money they're going to make. It's all about the money. You know, that's the biggest. Me and Lynn were talking about money one time, and she said, "Well, it ain't about money." I said, "The whole world's about money. Everything is about money. You know, you don't need millions of dollars. You just need enough." As my dad always told me, he said, "If your stomach's full, you got a roof over your head, you're in a safe place, then you had a good day." You know, yeah. Do you want everything? Sure. There's people that want everything: the bright new cars, the bright new houses, the big dog, um, the big swimming pools, and stuff like that. But you have to be sensible about it and say, what do I need to get by on every day? I have a full stomach, I have a roof over my head, and I'm in a safe place. Especially right now, you need to be in a safe place because this world that we live in now is just upside down every which way, and it's trickling over here too. I don't know if you probably noticed that, Tom, but it's trickling over here in the Philippines too. Did you guys see? I just saw a video that that dude from Russia. Well, I guess he had a green card in the States, but he's originally from Russia. He just got released from prison here in the Philippines. The one guy that was going around harassing all these security cops and stuff like that. They just released him. I guess he has to go back to Russia. Russia said they'd take him. So he got sent back to Russia. And as everybody says, well, they'll probably have him on the front line within a day, or something. I don't know. Never been to Russia, so I don't know how it is there. Tom said, just the basics are good enough. Yeah. If you have the basics, if you have a full stomach, you have a roof over your head, you're in a safe place. You got water or access to water, I guess. I mean, we didn't have running water all day here. Now we do. Um, we'll get that. Maybe we'll get some hot water. We'll get a hot water thing hooked up to it now that we have running water all day. But make your life good. Don't worry about what you don't have and enjoy what you do have, right? Don't worry about what Joe Smo has over here down the street from you. Just enjoy what you have. And if there's something more you want, then you got to spend the money for it, and you got to go out and find a job or go find some way to make some money to go get it, right? And don't get mad at everybody else because you don't have. If you don't have, it's because you need to work more because you want more than what you have. I don't know. That's just my way of thinking. Enjoy what you have. I mean, I'm probably like a lot of other people, I guess. I grew up, my dad was an alcoholic. Him and my mom split up right after I was born, so uh, we didn't have much. There was 8 kids. I was the youngest, and wasn't a whole lot of food on the table because my dad, before coming home from work, he'd always stop and drink it all the money before he'd get home. But he was a good man. Don't get me wrong. He come home from I think World War II. That PTSD that nobody knew about back then was a bad, evil thing. And he was a good man, though. Christmas time, we always had a good Christmas. Tom says, also the loving affections of a cute Filipina. Well, sorry, guys. Like I said, still congested here a little bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Loving affection of cute Filipino. Yeah, I guess that's a good idea. They could also cause you headaches too, Tom. We've been doing some more shorts. Lynn's been wanting to do, so we've been trying to do some funny shorts and stuff. So we watch a lot of couples that do those shorts, the kind of funny shorts and stuff. And they're always doing stuff like that. Saw one the other day where the guy talking to his wife and says he's got this bad headache. And she said, "Well, what's the matter?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I just have this bad headache." She says, "How long have you had it?" He said, "Well," he said, "I've been here. We've been together for a couple of years now." He said, "So probably, I guess, 2 years." Of course, that went over very well. But yeah, I mean, Lynn is always screaming at me if I'm not feeling well. Go to doctor. Go to doctor. I said, "I'm not paying a doctor to tell me I got congestion and stuff like that. You can buy meds yourself." But then when she gets sick and it's, "Oh, you better go to, oh, no, 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 no." She don't even want to buy medication herself. She wants to make her own, which is fine. I have no problem with that. Tom says, any woman can give the headache, yes. Oh, yes. Any man can give the headache too. Back to the woman, you know. It's not just a woman's thing. The man can cause headache for the woman. As Lynn has told me many a times, I cause her many a headache. So, uh, but we like to share. She gives me headaches, and I give her headaches. Well, listen, I hope everybody's doing great out there. I'm just trying to get through. I'm going to try and do an hour. Like I said, I'm still all kind of stuffed up here and congested here, but it's slowly breaking up. Um, I wish I could take 4 pills a day, but I wouldn't trust doing anything like that because that would be crazy. How's everybody out there? Are you guys healthy, wealthy, and wise, or what's going on? Tom, you got lots of money and you're healthy and party, or what? Over there at the casino, winning big money, or But yeah, so that's my headline for today is about the medication stuff, man. I mean, it is, and with all this other stuff, uh, it's not, we can't prove anything, but they've pretty much come out and said the whole damn thing was crap. The way they did that, there was no testing of it and stuff like that. So, it, you know, it's hard to talk about it because we're not allowed to, but that's all right. Not allowed to do a lot of things that I've done in my life. That's why I got in trouble when I was in the service all the time. Not allowed to. Okay. All right. Well, give me another. Just write me up again. Another Article 15 on the books. But if I feel it's the right thing to do, I'm going to stand up and do it. Plain and simple. If I piss somebody off, then I piss somebody off. I try not to piss off people, but what do you want me to do? You know. But yeah, so the medication things, I don't. Nobody wants to go to the doctor. Plain and simple. You don't want to go to the doctor. Uh, Serious complications, stuff like that. It's difficult. When even for me, I dated a girl when I was younger that had cancer. And we had to take her for chemo treatments all the time and stuff. And she passed away because of the cancer. She fought a good fight. There's no doubt about that. But I've read some things. I've heard some things. I read a little bit. I don't read a whole lot, but I read a little bit. Uh, there's better things out there than chemo. But if they cure cancer, where are they going to make money? That's a bad thing to say. Is that true? I don't. I hope it's not true. I can't believe they would be that bad. But I've heard people say that. I've read some things about stuff like that. So Tom says I have my house that takes most of my money bills. I'm crazy here now. I have good asset, but cash is low. Yeah, it's amazing here too, Tom. In the Philippines is just a short time I've been here. I'm coming up on my second year. Uh, just in the 2 years I've been here, we went out shopping after New Year's, and everybody jacked up their prices already. The other day, the water guy come by to get our blue jugs, and oh no, it's not a lot of money, but it went from 25 pesos to 30 pesos. So everything, I'm just saying, you add that all up, and it kind of adds up a little bit here and there. And I think our electricity went up. They were charging us 12 when we moved in. I think now they're charging us, I think 14 or 16 kilowatts. So, my friend just left and went back. Him and his girlfriend live over there north of Cebu. And he was, you know, this is the first time he's been able to stay a long time, like a few months, because he works full time back in the States. And he was talking about that with me the other day before he left. He said, man, he says, spend a lot of money here now. He said, everything's gone up. He said, even from the last year when I got here, things have gone up. I said, yeah. I said, between the earthquakes, the typhoons, that stuff makes prices go up too because people lose everything. They lose their stores, they lose their businesses, so they got to jack the prices up. And because for 2 months, was it 2 months or 1 month? It was 2 months 2 months from September 1st to October 31st. The Philippines did not allow what the heck you call it? Did not allow rice to come into the Philippines. All the rice that was being sold for the 2 months. Well, I mean, people probably stocked up on it when they knew it was coming, but they were not allowing inbound rice, foreign rice, to come into the country to try and help the local farmers out here, which is a good idea. But I don't know if they announced that it was going to start happening. I think they did. They announced that it was going to start happening September 1st because I read a story on it and go to October 31st. Well, if you telling people this back in July, maybe, what are they going to do? The bigger stores are going to stock up, right? They're going to overbuy so they have enough for that 2 months. So I don't know how much of a difference it made. I hope it helped the local farmers a lot, but I don't know how much it would. If you gave everybody a 2 months or 1 month advance warning that was going to happen, because these big companies would have just ordered more rice from the foreign companies and stuff. So, because we didn't, I kept asking Lynn. I said, I don't see anything different in the rice prices or anything. Do you? And she said no. So I don't know if it helped them. I hope it. I really, really, really hope it helped the local farmers. I know, especially over there in Cebu area, they've had one heck of a year last year, end of the year, between everything that was going on, and so I really, really hope that it helped them. Hey, babe. Yeah, Lynn's out in the store doing laundry, or pretend like she's doing laundry, playing on her phone probably. So yeah, so I mean that to me, I thought it was a good idea, but I think something like that. How about you just, as a government, you say September 1st, just shut the doors, because these big companies, big stores, they probably ordered a bunch. They made it through for the 2 months with that. Laundry day, yeah, yeah. Is it laundry day or is it play on the phone day out there? What you doing? Yeah. Well, I appreciate everybody coming in and stuff. You know, like I said, I was supposed to start doing this last Monday, but with the sinus problems that I've had, and just now able to maybe make it through the day without hawking and hacking and blowing my nose 45,000 times and stuff. Both. What are you doing with your phone out there? You're not supposed to have your phone out there. Hey, smoke a cigarette for me while you're out there, man. But yeah, as far as the medication goes, like I said, do you follow the rules? Do you follow the directions on the box? Do you guess at it yourself? You take it like they say to take it the first couple times and see how you react to it. Uh, I like I said, it depends on what it is. I'm taking this medication once a day instead of 3 times a day, and it's working. Probably not as good as it should have. Should maybe, I don't know. It's gotten better, but it's taken its time because I'm only taking it once a day instead of 3 times a day. But like I said, the first day I took it twice, and asked Lynn, I didn't sleep at all that night. I was all hyped up and everything. I don't know, it's because maybe a connection with high blood pressure and stuff. So uh, I don't know. That's somebody said something about home remedies, huh? I told them about your home remedy with ginger and what I forget what you mix with the ginger. Is it just water? Whatever it is, it tastes terribly bad. But I guess it doesn't work good unless it tastes terribly bad. And even like I said, even her kids don't want to drink that stuff. ginger. I don't know if it's ginger or water or what. What is it you mix it with, Lynn? Ginger water or something. But yeah, so like I said, I don't like to take any medication, and I'll probably do this sinus stuff for. I'll give it till Monday. If it's not, it feels like it's working to me. So it feels, just two was too many for me, and so one a day is good, and I'll stay with it and recheck Monday, and maybe I'll have Lynn give me a steam Sunday night or Monday, and see if I can open them up today. They're doing a lot better. At least I'm getting some sleep at night now. I do. I always wake up anyway. I only sleep a few hours at a time. So Tom says if the medication is giving trouble in the stomach, you can insert as a substance. Yeah, subsidiary. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Water and ginger. Yeah. Okay. That's your medic. That's your home. That's your home brew right there for everything, isn't it? That's why your kids love you so much because you make them drink that. But yeah, so I mean, I'm going to give this till Monday. I might do a steam. I don't know. I worry about getting sinus infection. I don't want to get a sinus infection. Those things are very painful. Um, I know at one time they thought about doing surgery on my nose, but I don't want to do that either. Plus, at my age, at 65, it's like, because my last eye exam in the States was about a year, just a year or so before I left. And I've always had problems with judgment on distance and stuff my whole life. And but every eye doctor I went to said, "Oh yeah, they could see that, this and that, and you know, other than that, no other problems." But they never mentioned about being able to fix it. I've had one. I know I asked one eye doctor. He said, "There's really nothing you could do about it." Well, this last eye exam I did, the guy said, "Well, no, they have a thing now where they can literally take out your eyeball or something and go behind it and do something with it." Because I have like an eye that's what causes that for me is I can't remember which eye it is, kind of roaming eye, uh, and so it's not lined up with the other eye, and that's why my distance judgment is off. And he said, "Yeah, they take your eyeball, pull your eyeball out, and do something on the back, clean it up, or with the lens or something anyway." And I said, "Well, that sounds like a something good for a young guy. So why didn't somebody ever, tell me about it before?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "They've been doing it for many years." And so I would have done it if I was younger, but like I told him, I said, I'm getting ready to shut this down, so I'm not going to worry about it. Um, Funny thing was, so I broke my glasses the other day, broke the arm off it. So I got to go get some new glasses. I can wear it's got one arm on it, so I can wear it like if I'm reading something or something like that. But Lynn has her glasses now that she got last year. Was it last year, hon? Last year, or year before, you and your daughter went and got glasses. And she said, "Here, try mine." So I put her glasses on. I don't want to wear her glasses because they're for women. But prescription in her lens, perfect. I could see better than I could see out of my glasses. So I've always said, I got these through the VA last time. Uh, they were free. You get one free pair of glasses a year. But, when you get something for free, especially from a doctor, and these things have always been off. Like, I've never been able to adjust to them. And usually, they're bifocals, but still, bifocals within a couple, 2, 3 days, you can adjust to them. These ones I haven't been able to, but I put Lynn's on. Lynn's got bifocals, and I could see clear and everything else. So we'll go back next month, probably up there by Manila where she went, and maybe I'll talk to them and see if I can get her script and get a new pair of glasses because they're reasonably priced here. I think Lynn said she paid $2,500 for hers. So I think like I told him, I said at the eye doctor, it's all about what frames you buy. If you buy frames that are expensive, you're going to have a cost. Because hers were $2,500, her daughter's were 5,000, I think. Lynn said she thought it was because they were thicker glasses. I said, I don't really do that anymore. I think the glass might be a little thicker, but I don't think it like back in the day they used to do that. Nowadays, I don't know. Anyway, but I said no. It's got to do with the frames. The frame, whatever frame you pick out, that's going to be the cost right there. So we'll take a ride up there next February and get me a new pair of glasses. I don't worry about much anyway. I can see. I can read. Like when I'm on my laptop, I can read everything without my glasses. So if it's far away, I can read it. If it's up close, I don't have. I can't do it. But I still have my old glasses. Just got one arm on it, so I don't. I'm not gonna worry about public, but I can wear them around the house if I'm reading and stuff. So it's always something to do with doctors. Uh, it's nice not having a car where you have to go get an oil change, get some engine work done, get this done, tires, stuff like that. Talk about expense. Own a car, right? I mean, you're always getting something done on the car. It seems like always something going on. And more expensive than the doctor for a human, I think. So, who do you trust more? Do you trust an auto mechanic or do you trust a doctor? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. That's a close run right there, right? You know, because auto mechanics, I've had some really bad auto mechanics as far as quoting me prices and stuff. So I mean, who would you trust that's telling you the truth more, your auto mechanic or your doctor? That's pretty close right there. I don't know. I don't know if I trust either one, honestly, because I never trusted an auto mechanic. If I had a breakdown, and I would always call somebody I knew mechanical stuff better than me, of course, because I didn't know a whole lot. And say, here's what's going on. So they would say, well, here's probably your two or three options. What's going to happen? So if somebody when I take it over, get it looked at a mechanic shop wherever I was, and they would if those one of those options was what they told me, then I would take that option and go that way. It always worked out for me better that way because it seemed like they would think I would know what I'm talking about. If a mechanic thinks you know what you're talking about, they usually don't try to screw you over, right? I mean, as far as I know. But that would be a close run right there. Who's more trustworthy, auto mechanic or a doctor? I still have to say auto mechanic. I think. I mean, because auto mechanic, even if he's wrong, it's your vehicle. You're not dying. Your vehicle's dying. You don't want that to happen either, right? Oh, but yeah. So I mean, I hope everybody's staying healthy out there the best you can. The older we get, like I said, I'm 65. Turned 66 this year. Um, Knock on fake wood that we have a good year this year, and everybody has a good year this year. Hopefully the world comes to grips with itself. People start realizing the stupidity that they're doing out there. Uh, I don't think I have to mention any of it. but it's not just in one country; it's multiple countries, and all this stupidity is going on. You know, and people are dying because of this stupidity. You know, why 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 do you put yourself in harm's way like that? And then when you get harmed, you blame it on them. It's okay to go out and protest, peaceful protest. I believe in that all day long. But if you start acting the way you say they're acting and cause problems that you say that they've been causing, but you're causing the same problems that you think that they're doing or you say they're doing, then how can you look in the mirror and say that you're a better person than they are? Because you're not. If you think they're being this way and you go out there and act that way, then you're the same. Just remember that. You know, it doesn't matter what side you're on, whose side you're on, or whatever. That doesn't bother me none at all. It's just stupidity sometimes. You know, to me, stupidity right now with all this internet stuff going on with YouTube, and all the social media that's going on these days. You know, they didn't have that years ago, of course. Why would you want to broadcast what side of the road you're on? Why would you want to broadcast exactly where you live? Why would you want to broadcast half the time? Why would you want to broadcast your name? You know, for certain reasons you do, but why do you want to broadcast whether you're Republican or Democrat? It was always nobody's business who you voted for before. Now, why is it got to be everybody's business? Who voted for who? You know, how about try and be respectful and let people just be who they are as long as they're not harming anyone or causing problems for anyone. That goes for both sides. Iran is nearly free from Islam. I don't know. I hear a little bit about that going on over there. Since I'm not there, it's not my issue. Uh, I don't want to hear about people dying anywhere. I don't care what country it is in. Uh, I know there's been a lot of people. Hang on just a minute, guys. All right, sorry about that. Just had to clear out some stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't hear about anybody getting killed for stupid stuff or for any reason in any country. I don't care what country they're from. You should be able to go out there and protest respectively for what you believe in. That's just my opinion. As long as you're not harming anyone, causing any problems with anyone, uh, you know, it's like when the Black Lives Matter stuff started. Uh, you know, there's got to be 9 out of 10 white people that believe in Black Lives Matter. Not the group, but they believe that their lives matter. We all believe our lives matter. Martin Luther King never caused violence. He did the marching, he did the protests, and you know, peaceful protests. So why does it have to be violent now? You know, don't bring it back. And it's the same thing with all this other crap that's going on. Don't bring it back. Stop the violence. If you're out there protesting, protest with a smile on your face. You know, as God says, love thy enemy. Well, when you love thy enemy, smile at him. Smile at him to let him know I have a right. I have a right to think the way I want to think. Also, um, you know, you can't. Just because two people don't think alike doesn't mean you should be killing each other over it. You know, that goes for anything. I mean, you look at the sports today. People are fighting at sports games, whatever country it is. There's people getting in fights. There's people dying because their team they think is better than the other team. And how dare you like that team? And I like this team. And blah blah blah. And they start beating up each other till somebody dies. It's just stupid and ridiculous. You know, stupid thinking on most of the parts. Don't understand how can it go that far. You should be able to stand next to somebody who roots for a different team than you, and you guys sit there and have a happy disagreement and get through whatever it is you're going to get through. It isn't going to change your life if your team wins or loses. You think it is because you're going to be sad if you lose and excited if they win. But you're not the one getting paid to be out there to play. You're not the one going to get the trophies or whatever happens. You're not the one on the firing line that's going to get fired if your team doesn't win. So it doesn't affect you other than being a fan. You have no control over anything in the game. No, none. None. Anyway, this is my bitch morning, so I apologize. I am going to get off of here. It's coming up on an hour. I appreciate everybody that stopped in. Um, like I said, appreciate everybody that stopped in. And like I said earlier, you know, appreciate you if you keep your prayers and thoughts for a couple of friends of ours, uh, J. Mike and his wife Norma, who's going through some really bad struggles health wise right now, and also my little sister Faye, talking with Ed and Sister Faye over there in the States. She's going through some really serious health problems also, and so keep them in your prayers tonight. We would appreciate that. And again, happy birthday to the hamsters, Mama H. I hope you're having a good birthday. But we're coming up to that 1 hour, and I'm going to jump off here because my sinuses are just kicking my butt. I'm happy I made it an hour. Tom Harris, Lynn, thanks for coming up on for a minute. Um, trying to, Tom Harris, always good to talk to you. Hope you're doing well down there. Hope your health problems are okay. Going to try to pronounce your name, Gong Chiang Gum. Hope I said it correctly or was close to it. I appreciate you coming into the chat. Always appreciate anybody who comes into the chat. You're more than welcome anytime. So, from the Philippines, the great country of the Philippines, the great province, the great city of San Pedro. Me and Lynn appreciate you. God bless you all. Have a great day, great night. We will see you next time.